Hey y'all, welcome back to Babeinlibrary. It's your girl Lisa, and today we are doing the ringing in the new year tag. This tag is started by Ray from at Bookmark Chronicles. I'll leave her video down below as to the nature of her tag for this year, but we're gonna go ahead and jump in and get started. So, question number one is the best book or series that you started in 2023. So for me, the best series that I started in 2023 is going to be the New Haven series by J.L. Seeger. This is the first in the series, and this is Restore Me. This is an enemies to lovers romance between Dominic and Sloane. This captured my attention and kept it all the way through. This is a 500-page book. Dominic and Sloane have been enemies this entire time. Sloane was married to Dominic's best friend. Since then, the best friend has died, and now Dominic is ready to tell her that he has been in love with her for 12 years and journey back in time to determine why he's been acting the way that he has and how he's had feelings and a torch for her this entire time. And I loved it. So if you want to start a fantastic series, look no further than the New Haven series, because after you read this, you'll definitely want to read Chris and Mallory's story, which is the second couple in the series. We've got two more couples that we have yet to meet. So trust me, in 2024, if JL Seekers produces it, I'm going to read it. So best series I've started this year. Now, in terms of the best book, this is a standalone book by the person you all should probably know at this point in the book. I haven't stopped talking about it since January when I read it. And that's Miss Kennedy Ryan's Real. Y'all are probably sick of me, and so I'm not going to go into too much depth. But best book that I've read, this had me crying not one, not two, but three times. So that just lets you know I'm in love. And Kennedy can do no wrong. So this is the best book that I've read. And again, I read this in January. Nothing has held a candle to this for me. So I'm not even going to go ahead and act like something else is going to measure up. Second question is authors that you discovered this year that you would like to read more from. So first author that I've read 2 of her backlist, and I'm planning on reading the remaining, is going to be Keisha Thompson. Now, this is Holding Back the Years. This is the second book that I read from her. Defensive Stand I do have on my book shelf, but I wanted to start with a novella because the best way that I can tell you to start with a novella of an author you haven't read from, to get a little bit of a sample and taste. Not necessarily something that you want to commit to, so you want something shorter. Keisha Thompson's Holding Back the Years was a 5-star read from me, and I knew after reading this that I had to read more from her. This little compact book, you can see I tabbed it all the way up. That's how much I was able to gather and glean from this story. This is a novella where the 2 main characters actually meet in a nursing home, and it does center important people in their life. They are at a crossroads of really just trying to figure out how to deal with the people that they love, and them being in this nursing home, dealing with their aging parents or their grandparents, also trying to find their way in adulthood. And in that, they learn that their paths cross, and whether or not they can get past what their interaction is with one another to be able to have a romance that they can build and blossom. And I adored it. Keisha Thompson, also, like I said, has wrote Defensive Stance, which I'm going to do a whole discussion on that book. But I have to read more from her. I know that she has another novella about the time the DJ saved my life. She has a political romance. And I believe she has a kind of a 90-Day Fiance type deal. Keisha Thompson has a ride of way of things within her backlist. So I love this, loved her this year. We'll be reading more from her in 2024. This next author, I love so much that I wound up participating in their Kickstarter and buying a special edition. That is Elizabeth Stevens. This is Taken to Viraxia, the first in the series Mate. Elizabeth has an extensive backlog. She has beautiful covers. She also this is a sci-fi romance. She has a post-apocalyptic, and now she is dealing in Omegaverse. I mean, everything that she's touched that I've read, I've loved. So this series in particular is one that I am standing and championing for. So Elizabeth Stevens pretty much has the sci-fi fantasy series genre on lock, and I will be reading more from her. Another author that I found and I love was Danielle Allen. I read Continuum. I met her at a Polycon. I bought more books. I have a ton on my bookshelf. Danielle Allen is gifted. When I tell you, this little novella packs a punch. This is one of the first books that I have read where both characters outright state that they didn't want children. I do have a video that centers it. Danielle Allen has a way of doing spice, making the couples perfect for one another, and I just want more from her. I want more people to read her. I want more people to be exposed to her, and if I've got to do it myself on this channel, you bet your bottom dollar that I will. So Danielle Allen, read, loved. And then one person that took me by storm and shocker, I am on their art team now. Everything that they produce, give it to me, give me more. That is going to be Kenya Gory Bell. This is for my dark romance readers. Like, this is her series, and her books are not for the faint of heart. If you want to venture into dark romance featuring Black female main characters, look no further. Kenya Gory Bell has you covered, and she does curvy girl well. So again, I want to make sure I put this out here. Dark romance readers, if you're looking for something with a Black female point of view, this is the one to do it. Third question is best book turned into movie or TV adaptation. That's gotta be Black Cake. I just released a video for the book to film adaptation. Black Cake was an adaptation done by Hulu, and they knocked it out of the ballpark. The ball is still going and floating in the stratosphere because Hulu knew what they were doing. Charmaine actually have won a lot of awards for this, and they knew that they had to grab the rights. And I'm so glad they did, because reading it and then watching it, it hit in a different format. And I absolutely love that we were able to get Benny, Byron, Covey, Bunny, and Pearl's story on screen, because this is the representation that we need. What it looks like from a diverse background, what it looks like to learn things about your family, what it looks like to be from the Caribbean, how to handle secrets once you figure them out, and at what point do your curiosity stop. Black Cake, watch it, come back and tell me what you think about it. Next question is favorite type of ship. So whether that be romantic friendship, whether that is relationship, any type of favorite ship that you have of your new characters for this year. I've got two. So as far as friendship, it's gotta be Farrah Roshan's The Boyfriend Project. Now, these three women, you've got London, you've got Taylor, and you've got Samaya. They found a friendship in the most abstract way. They all realized that they were dating the same man who was a scum of the earth. It went viral on the internet, and instead of letting social media use them, they decided to make a pact to be friends, to meet up, and to get each other through the year and to find love on their own terms. And they support each other career-wise, and they support each other through relationships. And there is no better friendship that I've read this year. Especially when you're meeting someone as an adult and you just click. We know that friendships can be formed in elementary school and in college based on proximity, but once you get into the real world, it is very hard to find adult friends. And Farrah set this up for them flawlessly. So this is going to be my recommendation, the Boyfriend Project series, as the best friendship group that I've read. But the best relationship that I read, it's gotta be Rome Martin and Janelle from Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. Their relationship is perfect. Iron sharpens iron. Janelle is, a great friend, a great sister, a great partner, and she finds that no one is going to love her better than Rome Martin, because that man has all 5 love languages down pat, and he's going to make sure that she doesn't want for anything, that he's going to stand beside her, and when she's not going to speak up for herself, he's going to do it for her. So if you want the ultimate book boyfriend and you want to see a Black woman in love and being cared for, read Only for the Week. I'm telling you, top tier relationship right here in these pages. Question number 6 is, have you started planning for your TBR in 2024, and how many books do you hope to read? So I haven't started planning out my videos or what my TBR is going to look like. I do know that I've got probably 1 or 2 book conventions that I'm going to go to. So I do want to read some authors in preparation for that. But I will say I'm going to stick with 100. I have a lot of goals in 2024, but one of the things that I do think I'm going to do is continue to read. And so 100 books is going to be my goal for the year. Now, speaking of that, will you participate in any reading challenges or readathons? This year I participated in Novellathon for all 4 iterations of it. I'm hopeful that the co-hosts for Novellathon will also do that in 2024. And if they do, I will be gladly participating in that because I enjoy novellas. And I feel like that's an easy way to hit that 100 reading goal target mark is by blasting through novellas. The last and final question is any New Year's resolutions or goals, bookish, content related, or otherwise. I will tell you, I want to be able to remain consistent with at least 1 video a week for this channel. So I'm hopeful that in 2024, I can commit to that for you all. I also want to reduce my NetGalley number. So right now I am only at 42% read of my NetGalley. That is unacceptable. The request is that you're at 80. I think that may be unrealistic for me, but I'm hoping to get past my 50% or, working my way up to 60 or 75. That seems like a high task for me, but I've been at 41, 42% for a very long time. And there's some really great NetGalley books that I have to read. So I am committed to doing a series in which I read NetGalley in 2024. So look for that. My battery is dying, so I want to get this up. The next thing I'm going to do is I want to have numbers goals. So I want to be able to reach 1,000 followers on IG. So if you all can help me do that, I would be so appreciative. But I want to see what that 1K looks like. And then on this channel, I want to see if I can get to 500 on YouTube. And then I also lastly want to reduce my physical TBR to at least 50%. Right now I'm at 57. If I can get down to 50% or 45% on my book for unread books, then I'll be happy as a clam. So that being said, tell me what your bookish goal is. Tell me what your best read of 2023 is, and I'll talk to you all next time. Bye.